All right, here we go for another live roll reveal. This one is reveal number 665. It is a 1944D plastic tube roll. Looked inside just a little bit. Noticed the coins are in pretty decent shape. Don't know anything else about the coins inside the roll other than where it was bought and when. And I've had it for about 10 years. So, we'll see what happens. Here we go. All right. Got the coins out. And coin number 1 is going to go to Taco John. Sorry to the people I had thought that I planned these for today, and I actually had planned them for yesterday, and some people showed up. My apologies to them for that. Hey, Eric. Let's see what we're doing here. This is the first coin. Don't know anything about this roll yet, other than the coins looked pretty decent when I poured them out and took a quick look at them. Got 50 coins. I counted them. So now, let's dig in and try to see what we've got. Nothing on that one. That one's for Taco John, coin number 1. Got a few double dies, obverse and reverse. Also got some, well, RPMs. And then the 2 giant elephants in the room. We've got 2 different possible OMMs in this roll. D over S. They don't show up often, but when they do, they're definitely welcome. What we got going on here? I was maybe seeing something to the south, but I don't think so. Now that I look at it a little better. Yes, absolutely do. Make sure you have your picks in within the next 10 minutes or so, because the picks are going to shut down here soon. Because tonight is that first game. I can't even remember who I picked. I think I picked the Dolphins. Not really all that wonderfully excited about tonight's game, but I'm sure that there are some people who are, so I have to pretend. Let's get this down to a manageable level here. There we go. Got nothing on that one either. It's coin number 2 in the roll. What's up, Eric? What's up, Mickey? Good day to thou, Stall. Little struck through there next to the 1 of the date. Looking for pretty much anything that could be here. Never know exactly what we're going to get. Got some pretty nice looking coins here, though. These coins are pretty close to gem condition, some of them here. That makes a little bit of a difference. Although, unfortunately, in order to get the grading coins, you have to step up to an MS67. 66s are not really worth much more than the fee to have them graded. There's one for Frosty. And 65s, well, those are album coins. They don't belong in slabs because, there's just not enough competition out there for them. That's the way it goes. You get your people who will burn their wallet open on coins that grade extra high. Well, they don't want anything that is of a rather common grade. Even though it's a nice coin, still makes it common. And if it's common, there's not a whole lot of value in it. A few dollars, $3, $4 a coin. Dirty water. So what we're really looking for here is going to be the die varieties, which we have a chance of picking something up here. Nice die cracks on this one. unfortunately, they don't amount to much of anything with regard to the mint mark. Let's take a look around the rest of the obverse and see what we've got. We're still within our first 10 coins, so we'll be taking a look at the reverse on this one as well. There is DC. Hello, DC. I may end up getting my trip to Virginia cut short. Don't know that I'm going to be able to go. And if I do go, I may only be able to go up there and come right back. May not be able to spend the night up there. Got some things that might be pressing at that point in time, but I don't know for sure. Kind of just depends on how everything works itself out. And so some of you guys might know of my bleeding wallet saga. It continues. So, as I say, about 3 weeks ago, we had to pay a little better than $400 to have our septic pumped because, well, wife thought it was about that time. So, we did. About 3 days later, air conditioner quits working. It's near 100 degrees outside. And we find out that the vibration at the bottom of the unit had caused the refrigerant line to rub against the base of the unit and rub a little hole in the refrigerant line, which that's where all of our refrigerant went, and all of it had to be replaced, the tune of about 9 pounds at roughly $100 a pound. Then with the parts and labor and everything on that, it was about a $1,200 fix. Okay. Then my brakes start squeaking and squealing on me, so I decided to go in for a brake job and find out that there's axle issues, there's struts, shocks, all that other kind of stuff needed to be done. Well, I knew I was kind of probably getting close for a lot of that stuff because I've got 192,000 miles on my vehicle, and most of that stuff's never been replaced. So that became a $3,500 bill. Right about the same time, just about the same time, my wife came up with a issue with her vehicle dealing with the transmission, and that was a $4,600 fix. So now we've got, you counting? We've got 400 plus with 1,200 with 3,500 with 4,600. And then yesterday we noticed it was getting a little warm inside the house and started doing some investigation and figured out that the fan outside was not blowing at all. So our AC was down again. So I contacted the guy. I'm scheduled for him to come back out this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was none too happy about that because he showed up at 7:40. But a little bit of testing and prodding and poking and moving wires and stuff, he figures out that our compressor is bad. So now we're in the market for a new unit because our unit has been fixed enough times and the parts that need to be replaced are almost as expensive as a new unit. So we're just going to get a new unit, and that's going to be, roughly $5,000. You been counting? Yeah. That would mean that we're nearing $20,000 spent in 1 month, which makes me none too happy because I have been working hard to get ahead of the crunch on everything, and well, we're only getting further behind. Seems like every day I wake up I owe more money. That doesn't make any sense because I'm working. So yeah. We've been recommended to get a Bosch unit. It's a 4-ton unit for our place, and they evidently run on about half the power of most of the others, and they don't have a hard start. In fact, the unit, when it's running, you can barely hear it running. Even outside, you know how most of them are kind of loud and they blow a kind of a loud fan. These units they whisper. They barely make any noise at all. They're very easy on your utility bill. And we figure, why fix a 7-year-old unit with parts that will cost nearly as much as a brand new unit? Why not just get the brand new one? So that's kind of the decision that we've made in the direction that we're going. Okay, I've seen one of these so far, and I do believe there is a pretty decent chance this is a north eyelid. It is a north doubled eye, and Eric, I have seen one of these so far in this roll. I skipped it thinking that it was just a gouge, but now I see more that leads me into believing that this is actually a doubled eye. If you will observe, we have an eyelid right up here, what appears to be the end of an eyelid from here up to here. If you follow the same train of thought from here to here, you have another little thing. So it looks like you've got a second eye opening right here. And that's what I was told was a 4-ton unit. I have a 4-bedroom house. It's about 3,000 square feet. So, yeah, we're going to pull this out as what seems like a doubled eye and pass that on to Eric for a little better look. See if perhaps he agrees or disagrees one way or the other. And we'll keep looking for those. See if we see any more of these. What do we have here? Let me get this to a point where we can see more stuff again. There we go. Now I'm at a place where I can actually make a judgment based on what I see. Not blinded by the light, you know? Alright, nothing on that one. Let's see about the reverse. Got a little black spot there. I don't like that. Alright, and that's for Paul. It's a heat pump as well. It's not just AC. It's the entire HVAC unit. Well, that's a little messed up. See what we have on the reverse here. If anything, out of the ordinary, unusual, odd, or different. I'm seeing something, but I don't think it's double die. I think there's machine doubling that we're looking at on this one. So yeah, on top of all that, I had a filling today, so I went to the dentist. Had my trip to the dentist. And so I have now had my last filling filled. So as long as I don't get more cavities or anything to that effect, then I'm done except for regular cleanings. So that's a good thing. Can stop that bleeding hole in my wallet. For a while anyway. And let's see. I guess that would have to be about all. I mean, not like I would want there to be more. Certainly don't need more. There's Mark. I highly doubt the 4-ton is the weight of the unit. I think the 4-ton is something about how much air it can push. If I'm not mistaken. I don't think the units weigh more than, I don't know, 400, 500, 600 pounds. I mean, all it is is a connection, a compressor, and a fan with motors. That's about it. Air conditioners don't have to weigh a lot. They don't have huge batteries or heat sinks or anything like that. No water tower units or anything like that. The last thing I need is to have a place that requires more than what I've got. There's another one of those. Now this to me looks like a doubled I. If Eric Beyer is on, Eric, you can take a look at this and let me know what you think. But what I'm seeing is north, upper, and lower eyelid doubling. That's what I see. This is at least the third one in the roll. The first one got skipped, possibly the first and second got skipped because I saw it, but I was a little questionable at that point in time whether it was something on the die or not. And the second time I noticed it, I was like, yeah, okay, well, it's definitely what I'm seeing is there, so. That appears to also be something. We'll hold it out. Take a better look at it. After the show's over, get a good, nice, squeeze tight look at it so that we can tell exactly what we got going on. So we've got 2 reveals tonight. This one and the next one is, well, it would have been numbered 666, but I decided to renumber it 6611 just because 6611 is what rolled off my fingers instead of the 3 6s. And obvious reasons why. I just decided it was probably a little more appealing to not have a reveal 666. Not something I've really been thinking about up until this week. And it came up and I thought, that doesn't quite look good. But because I had all of my flip inserts machine printed quite some time ago. In fact, these inserts have been already printed for like 6 months. The inserts actually do say 666 on them. Hey, there we go. There's a double die obverse. Pretty nice looking double die obverse there. You can see it especially in the tail of the 9. You got a little bit of separation on that tail, plus a decent amount of extra thickness. We've also got the extra thickness showing on Liberty. And a little bit up there in Trust. So, yeah, got a nice double die obverse there. And that's for Paul. So we've got Roy. I do not remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I've had so many things going on. Losing money like a bleeding stuck pig, and I've got issues right and left and trying to keep up with everything on my auctions, my inventory, copper coins, the whole 9 yards. I'm doing the best I can just to keep flowing. I'll look for the email though. Chubby Pop Chaser up next. It is another one of those eye things. I think. Kind of hard to say for sure. I think it is though. What was your question about a die crack on a was a die crack on a shield set? If you tell me what your question was, I might be able to answer it right here. It's another one. Just that little nub to the north of the eyelid. Might be or might not be. We'll make that determination later. Right now I'm just pulling them off to the side so that we'll know that we've got them out. Oh, you got to run? Okay. I'll be watching for the email. Actually, I'll go back and I'll check and see. I don't just delete emails. Sometimes they just get by me because I get anywhere between 20 and 50 emails per day and don't have time to answer them. There's another one of those. Now that's the nicer one. That's the one that I think is really a doubled eye. I'm not sure about the other one, but it has similar features, so we're going to take that into similar notion. Roy, I don't know. I don't follow the market on any of the shield scent errors. I remember that question now. I was going to do a little research and see if I could find it, but honestly, I don't know. I don't know who sold it. I don't know where it sold or what it sold for. There's another one of the double dyes right there. Class 6 double dye. Pretty nice one, too. Yeah, but that being the question, I tell you now that I don't have a good answer for you. Not my wheelhouse, generally. Lincoln Sense in general I sort of do follow, but when it comes to errors specifically, especially things like die cracks and stuff like that, I just don't. I just don't really follow those. I kind of got my little niche, my little area of specialty, and I just kind of stick with that. Because here I sit, and it's 83 degrees in my little room right now. My little room. It's not little. It's a big room, but feels little. Feels like an oven. And I am not going to have any air conditioning for at least the next 3 to 5 days before we can make some sort of a decision on exactly what we're going to end up doing and actually get someone in here to get it done. And figure out how to pay for it. Which that may not be an easy gig either. Let's see, an announcement that I have, something that I want to tell everyone about. There's another one of our doubled eyes, or what appears to be a doubled eye right there. Is that we are going to be selling just a very minor amount of coin supplies. And we're going to start out with flips. I have flips with inserts packaged by the 100. Be selling them during the auctions. And I'll sell them as I get them or as I have them available. And they are generally the usual is to run them at around $14 to $15 per 100. And I will be selling them at $13 per 100, just $1 under what most other people sell them for. And you don't pay any extra shipping on them simply because they're going to go in your package with everything else. Now, that being said, if your package was 3 coins and you order 100 flips, of course your postage is going to go up a little bit, but it's not going to be shipping altogether just for the flips. It will just be added to what you already had going. So that will be available for the first time on Tuesday. I've got 10, possibly 15 packs that'll be ready to go. I appreciate that, Mickey. I don't know how warm we expect it to get here over the next few days, but we're talking Tuesday or Wednesday before they can for sure get somebody in here to actually do something about this. I'm just happy and lucky that it's not, 3 weeks ago. As right now our high temperatures are running in the mid-80s. It makes it 80 to 85 up to 90 degrees inside the house. and we're doing okay with that. We're from the. I mean, yeah, I can tell you, I'm old enough that I went to high school in a building that didn't have air conditioning, so most of the month of September I spent the entire day with no air conditioning. But and that was in Memphis, Tennessee. I mean, that was in a place where you really want air conditioning till the middle of October at least. But yeah, we kind of grew up with it. I'm kind of sort of used to it to the extent that, I mean, I can deal with it. I'm just glad it's not like it was 2 weeks ago when it was 95 to 100 degrees outside every freaking day, and it was stifling hot inside the house. I mean, 90 plus most of the time. We still haven't got to the point where Mama is complaining. Yeah, the high school still exists today, but I don't know that they haven't put window units in, or at least done a regular air system in there at some point in the last 35 years since I left. Another one of the Class 6 double dies right there. Big fat tail on the 9, fat 4s. Got a convex on the E of we, and we have convex on the outside edge of LIBE of Liberty. So another example of that nice double die. Got 3 of those in here now. Coin number 35. 35 goes to Eric Maith. Let's see what we've got. We got it's a nice roll. It's not a great roll, but we can't ever always expect great rolls. That looks like another one of the smaller, more minor possible doubled eyes, so I'll hold it out too. We got one that's pretty much a no-brainer. Your high school still has no AC, but dirty water. You're from New England, all right? It doesn't compare. I went to high school in the valley next to the banks of the muddy Mississippi River in the Mid-South in Tennessee, where it often gets over 100 degrees. It's not there. There's not even a comparison. I can easily remember times when the temperature, the bulb temperature, was 98 to 102 degrees, and we had a chemistry teacher who was a coach, and he was just a little bit on the chunky side, and he would damn near die of sweat in class during the first month or so of school and close to the last month of school. We never got time off of school because of heat. That was an unheard thing. We went to school and we suffered through it. Never got out for cold either. What do we have here? Some sort of a finning effect or something going on here with the rim. That was interesting. Just something I happened to notice. See, as you go around, you really shouldn't see much difference in the rim. And right there, we've got a bump. What's that? You know? So what we do is we flip the coin over and we take a look in just the opposite spot and see if there's anything there. I don't really see anything in that arc making me think there's a big difference. So, maybe just a very slight amount of misalignment of the die, but not enough to make a count. But this one for Mickey. Eric Beyer. Yeah, we do have one of the doubled eyes though here. So this is one that I'm almost sure is a double die. I'll get that one up there for Eric. Now, number 41, Taco John. I'll have to take about a 5-10 minute break extra between these two shows to go get some more water. Make sure I'm well hydrated while I'm doing this work. Frosty, were you in this roll? I think so, but I'm not sure. JJ is up next. Mr. JJ Addict. Not an RPM or a double die. Okay. Sergeant First Class remembers that you were in this roll about 10 coins back, so you had at least 2 spots in this roll, because I remember doing spots for you in 2 different rolls that I did the slips for this evening. You were in one of them for 3, and the other one I think you might have been in for 2. That's another one of our possible double dies. Here's one for coins and ghouls. Good old Adam. Let's see what he gets. It's one of the lesser ones, if it is one at all. Ooh, Southwest Georgia. 1980 to 1984. No AC. Yep. I've been to Southwest Georgia. I know how toasty it gets there. Columbus, Augusta. See what some of the other places I can remember down there. Stayed in Cordell a few times, right along the interstate. There's another one of them. There's Valdosta, Auburn. No, Auburn's up north. Never mind, sorry. Wasn't thinking straight. There's one for JJ Addict and one of our doubled eyes. Here's Frosty right here. We got a Frosty coin, and a Frosty coin is... It's one of the minor possible, maybe, doubled eyes. So, no promises. Dirty Water, I do remember putting you in at least one roll, possibly both. I don't remember, see, I did these so quickly. There's another one of them. Another doubled eye right there. What appears to be a double die. And I do believe we're going to end up calling that one a double die. Now number 48. Coin number 48. Come on, hey. Can't get these two flips to part. There's one. Sergeant First Class right there gets his. Let's see what he gets. This is going to be, I think, one of the minor. Yeah, it's one of the minor if it's one at all. It's less visible than the other, but it does kind of look like the same type of doubling. All right, here we go, Eric Maith. Coin number 49. These are pretty coins. Some of these things are real nice. And got nothing going on there, unfortunately. So we're going to come back right about 9 o'clock for the next show. Give me a little extra time to get my ice and all that good stuff and get back in here and get things set up and ready for the next show to start. I keep thinking that could be a South RPM as well. That's one of the minor doubled eyes. You can see that one much nicer than you can a lot of these others. Same die. It's just the condition of the coin tends to be a little better on some of them. That looks like a South RPM there as well, now that I really look at it. So we've got some figuring out to do. That one's for Mark. Not very often that the last coin in the roll is one of the nicest coins in the rolls, but worked out that way this time. So we have about a half a roll full of things that we are suspecting as coin doubling, either double dies or, well, actually all double dies. So the bigger doubled eyelid, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The smaller doubled eyelid, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the Class 6 double die, the nice one, we have 3. We have one for JJ, one for Jackalope, and one for Paul Hampton. All together, that's 20 die varieties in this roll. 20 die varieties, almost half the roll. So I did a pretty good job there, I think. It was a nice roll, came out kind of nice, and I'm glad you guys were here to enjoy it with me. Going to take a break here. It's 36 minutes after the hour. Be back right on the hour at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time with my other roll for the evening. It'll be a 1954S roll. Hope to see you there. See you then.